Alright, here I'm going to show you how to make my origami by color rows. So the first step here is to get these diagonals in. I'm going to make the base kind of pretty creases here that you see. To do that, we're going to fold in half diagonally, both ways, and then we'll have those diagonals. The next step will be to fold the edge of the paper here to the diagonal to create this crease. And we're going to do that kind of mirrored on the other side, like this. So folding this edge over like that, and this edge over like that. And what that'll look like is this. Once you've done this, you can unfold and then repeat on the other side. So we folded to that edge, and then we can also do the same thing to this edge. What we're trying to do is just make this offset square in the center. So we're making this new square in the center that's offset by 22.5 degrees along the sides of the paper, or along the edges of the paper. After we've done that, we need to take the square we've created and get the middle crease. That goes here and there. And to do that, we're just going to take and make this pleat from these two triangles we created on either side. We're going to bring those edges together, fold it in half, that square in half, until we get this nice little middle crease here. Then we're going to unfold that. I'm going to do this both ways, so we're going to fold like this and like that after unfolding. Then on all four sides, we're going to take that square we have over here, and we're going to fold it into quarters. So not the whole paper into quarters, just that little square we created. We're making quarters now. So we're going to do this little pleat, bringing this edge up to that middle crease we created. And we're going to repeat that 4 times on each edge, unfolding after each iteration. Here we're taking the center quarter kind of squares that we made. So we have, this center bit here. This center bit right here, and we're just making these eighth creases that divide the offset square we made into eighths, but only in the center right there. So what that looks like, it's kind of like this. So we're taking that edge, that quarter edge, and bringing it up to that middle crease. I'm going to repeat this on all 4 sides until we have this, which is the same as this. But then looking closer, you can see where we have our diagonals creases, and they meet the offset center creases right here. Right nice here in the middle. See? Got that, and then we have the offset. So now what we're going to do is along that offset, we're going to kind of do like a blintz fold along that very small square. And to do this, we're just going to kind of pinch the paper gently in between these creases, in between these creases, these creases, these creases, until we have this. Now you can see the pinched paper kind of forms the start of what we need for the square twist. So while we have these new center lines of our offset square, and this little square we created with the pinches, we're going to do a square twist. So that is the start of the square twist right there before it's fully collapsed. This is it fully collapsed. It is important to note here that with a square twist collapsed like this will be the top of the model here. So the center of the rose will be white, the outer petals will be red. Also note, because the twist is offset, it does matter which way the twist is oriented. If you were to, move each one of these flaps the other way, the model wouldn't work. Um, so what you need is, if you see these little red triangles, or the two colors visible from the top, where you have that little pinwheel, not the square, that's what you want. So right now the twist is oriented the right way. These little red triangles and little oriented like this is how you want it. What you don't want is for there to be little red triangles like overlapping where it's big. You see red triangles like this or white triangles or whatever the two colors or you are, and you see a twist square on the top there, you have the twist going the wrong way. If you want the paper to not be, or the rose to not have a white center and red petals, to say you wanted it to have like the red in the center and the white on the outside, at this point you just need to undo the twist and reverse all the creases basically. Because at this point the twist would be going in the wrong way for that. Here, what we're doing is we're taking the twist here and we're just opening it up a little and starting to curl the paper. The next step will be to take these corners here, kind of bring them together, sort of. What I mean by this, we're going to take this corner here and bring it up to about right here. So this corner is going to come up about here, and the next image is going to kind of show this better from the side. So you're taking this corner where these two edges kind of meet on that crease, taking this corner, and you're bringing it up to this edge. So this corner meets that edge, such that where this crease is meeting along this edge, so you can see that crease there meets up along that edge, will also meet this edge here. So this kind of intersection of this crease and that edge should meet the edge along here. So this crease should pop out, and when pushed completely flat, would be a little further back such that it meets that edge, and that is on that edge, kind of creating a little triangle right here between that crease, that intersection crease, and there. Should have a nice little triangle. And then once you've lined up this little corner here like that, you're going to crease this edge along here, and as you get closer to the twist, looking underneath, as you get closer to that twist, it will need a curve, the crease. So if you were to follow this crease along and keep creasing it perfectly straight, it would never meet up with the corner of that twist. So what actually needs to happen is this crease needs to, as it gets to right about here, start curving in. So if I were to completely unfold and lay the model out such that I can see the CP for this model, there would be a curved crease. In other words, the crease would start going straight, and as it got closer to the center, would kind of twist or curve in. So you want that crease to kind of curve in such that it meets up with that corner right there, nice and neat. So looking at it back from the top, this is after we put in all the creases. Another thing to note here is when you're putting in this crease, and then you start making the creases on the other 4 sides or other 3 sides, you want to kind of let go of this and let it kind of spread back out a little, partially unfold. Because as you put them in, right, if you put this one in and then that one in there, this half of the model will start to splay if you still have these really tight and fold it flat. So you want to start putting in the creases and one at a time, kind of letting it splay until you have all the creases in the way you want them to go. Once you've done that, right, you're going to tighten up this coil now. So along the creases we just made, not making any new creases, you're trying to get this cylinder shape. And the way you do that is just kind of adjust that curl crease there. And like a coil spring, you're just kind of coiling it up nice and tight. If you've ever made Jeremy Schaefer's flasher, it's a lot like that. You're just kind of coiling it up until you have this. From here, you can see the top view, the bottom view. Here you see how it all kind of spirals in each edge, kind of just spirals into that twist.